Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the course. In this section, we are going to be snapshotting the UTM way, which basically means we're going to be cloning our test lab environment here for unleashing Mac malware mayhem. We are going to be cloning it so that way we have a of reference, a place to go back to in case we mess up anything. Well, also we are unleashing deadly specimens here, so we definitely want a state of a place to go back to so that way we can carry on our analysis. We don't have to do all that work we did in the previous sections. We don't have to do all that all over again. This is just a way to save time so we can continue on and continue having fun dissecting our specimens. So yeah, let's get started here. So as you can see, I have our lab environment pulled up here, which should be called AMOB, Applied Mac Malware Analysis Basics, the name of our course, the name of the course. So this should be or basically your original one where we install the tools, we set up our macOS guest, we have all of our things that we need to start dissecting malware samples. And I promise you that is coming soon. But right now, we need to go over saving our environment, cloning it, so that way we don't lose all that progress we have done so far, especially all those tools we took our time to. You did such a great job going through that section, so I definitely don't want you to lose any of that work. So right now I have it like open, but you actually don't have to open it. You can, like, if you do have it open already, you can just click shut down, wait till it comes to this where it's like that pause kind of symbol, and then you can hit exit. And now what we are going to do is in order to snapshot the UTM way, I call it, because technically UTM doesn't have its own built-in snapshot like you would see if you are familiar with VMware. This is VMware Fusion, so same kind of thing, or VirtualBox. Within those virtualization tools, you can like snapshot within them, right? So that way you have a point to reference back to, so that way all your progress is saved. So when you like unleash something like, for instance, malware, you'll be able to reference back. You'll be able to go back, kind of like almost like a undo button, if you will. So in the case of UTM, it doesn't have a built-in snapshot as of this moment in time. However, there is a way I found which is actually pretty good. I mean, as you can see, I've actually already done it here with my other test environment that I use for analyzing Mac malware. So for this course, you should have it labeled AMOB. So what we're going to do is we're going to clone it. That'll be our way for now until UTM adds in a snapshot version, just like similar to VMware. And actually I can like show you what I mean here. So in ANMOB, we're going to do the cloning. I believe it is, yes, clone selected VM. So it kind of looks like the two folders on top of each other. So make sure you have your course, your guest selected, the one that we have all the tools on and everything, your Mac malware analysis environment. Make sure you have it selected. And what we're going to do in order to clone it, we're going to click on the two folders here and ask, do you want to duplicate this VM? Yes, of course we do. And now we are going to add our duplicate VM. So this is our duplicate VM. This is going to be our base. We're going to edit the name of this so we know how to keep track here. This is going to be our base AMOB lab environment, macOS guest 1. We can do that. So you can hit save there. That might be too long. Feel free to shorten it up if you will. I just did that because, you know, the more specific, the better. And then this one is going to be our test. This is the clone one. Test ammob lab macOS guest. And we are going to save that. So this will be our base. So we're probably not going to really touch this again unless something gets screwy with our test one, especially after releasing a malicious sample. I would say when we do dynamic analysis. So I would say after our dynamic analysis is done, when we get to that part, we will probably delete this and then go back to our base and make another clone. So that's basically kind of like our version within UTM of snapshotting, because there is no snapshotting within VM. There's no snapshotting like how there is with VMware Fusion. That's why we are going to be doing this the UTM way. We're going to be just doing a clone before we detonate, before we do anything. That's why I kind of wanted to cover this in this section, so you can do that. So in case you mess up anything in the test, you can always revert back to the base, and then you can clone it, and then you have another test. So for now on this point going forward, we're going to be doing things in our test environment here. So thank you. That was it for this section. If you have any questions, I will definitely include additional printouts with more information, and feel free to reach out to me too if you have any more questions. But thank you for going through this section, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next section where we will be going over safety first revised. We're going to be going over isolating our environment and then using the terminal. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next section.